Hi guys. Well, I was originally going to do the first half of this video and upload it and whatnot, and well, I kind of realised that I needed a few extra parts before I could kind of announce it. So I built a interplanetary ship. When this bit that you see right in front of you actually launches, it's completely empty and it recharges through the bussard collectors. Now when it launches, it's approximately 500 tons. However, it's almost full and it's almost 2,000 tons. By the time the heavy metals tank is full, it's about 3,300 tons. So yeah, pretty darn heavy. Originally I had the high efficient nuclear engines on, and that was kind of just, stopping it was like trying to stop the world's biggest tanker with your little finger. Just not going to happen. Yeah. I tried going to Duna, and I was burning retrograde even before I entered its sphere of influence, and I still shot past it and out the other side. So it was like, yeah, no. So I took the principle of the nuclear rockets and went one step further. Now obviously the bussard collectors are based on principles from Star Trek, which in turn are based on scientific principles. So what about the impulse engines? Well, the impulse engines in Star Trek are basically, for want of a better word, a fission reactor that spits particles out the back. So why can't we do that? And the answer is we can. So here we have, you'll recognise them again from Interstellar. In the centre we have the DT Vista, which I've kind of reassigned, and then we have the, is it the plasma thrusters, I think? Yes, the plasma thrusters. Now, all three of these, actually there's four of them, because there's three sizes of plasma thruster, and then the DT Int, which I've actually used as a bigger version, because it looks cool. Yeah, all of these use not only liquid fuel and oxidizer, but they also consume heavy metals, thermal energy and electrical charge. The principle that they work on is kind of simple. Like a standard Bell rocket engine, liquid fuel and oxidizer are mixed together and ignited, except we also add the heavy metals and initiate a fission reaction. Combined with the liquid fuel and oxidizer, well, what comes out is like, well, beyond plasma. Now it uses thermal energy. I mean, why not? Because I've got an excess of it. But it uses thermal energy to heat stuff up to a temperature that would facilitate fission better. Let's put it that way. And then it uses electrical energy to create a magnetic field to direct the fission explosion in the right direction, basically backwards. So it creates a nice containment unit, and it's got a little hole out the back, and it fires everything at serious speed out the back. That's the basic principle that it works on. Is this possible in real life? Yes. Look at things like, well, if we start off with liquids, look at magneto-hydrodynamic propulsion. That will then lead you on to what's it called? I think it's plasma magneto propulsion. Yep, something like that. But it uses a magnetic field to direct a newly created plasma in one direction, i.e. out the back. So have a look at them up. And well, that will give you an indication of sort of where that type of technology comes from. Now, the whole point in this mod is to be realistic, so I'm not creating parts that are easy to use. What was the DT Vista there is 10 tons. Each one of these, well, probably needs to be a little bit more, but I think it's 4 or 5 tons of Saturn II. Not only that, I need to still tweak all the settings on the engines, but at the moment these outer ones do have a general tendency to overheat and explode in space if you try and push them to 100%. The centre one doesn't yet. I still need to finish calibrating it. Plus also I need to sort of tweak how much of the resources it uses, just to make it really awkward. So we now have a ship that is more realistic for sort of advanced interplanetary and colonising and whatnot. And this is of course without any DLL type mods. It's just modded parts. So we're doing okay. You want to see it go? Yes, of course you do. It's cool. Watch this. Ooh. Ah. Yee. And of course there's the overheat. Does that not look good? Looks like an actual impulse engine, doesn't it, from Star Trek? Oh yeah, that's the whole point. So I'm kind of happy with how I'm going with this. Apart from 2 engines there which seem to have a lower overheat than everything else. And I'm not quite sure. Those 2 that are right next to each other. Oh well. And of course the amusing thing is, as it consumes resources rather rapidly, it does have a general tendency to shift the weight balance. Which, as you can see, it's moving because the weight balance within it is shifting around a little bit. Annoyingly. But anyway, it's a very heavy lift to launch, so you do have to do a modified launch trajectory, shoot straight up to basically 30,000 and then arc over. It's not aerodynamic at all. It's pretty darn heavy at 500 plus tons when empty. So that's how it's designed to be. It's designed to be awkward. So you've got advanced technology here. So live with it. It's supposed to be awkward. See, as you can see, we're running at 2/3 throttle, and all of the stuff here is starting to drain down. Even the electrical charge. Now that being said, the thermal energy seems to be remaining up, so I think I need to increase the ratio that it uses thermal energy, just so it starts depleting the available thermal energy. But other than that, seems to be quite happy. The acceleration when, well, at 1800 tons isn't brilliant. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be sort of like Mark 1 impulse engine. Yeah, we're not supposed to have. We're not supposed to be able to go to half the speed of light in 5 seconds. It's basically supposed to be an efficient form of propulsion, rather than super fast, get you there and back before you had a chance to blink. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But anyway, I've yabbitied on for quite some time. That's basically where I'm up to. As I said previously, if you want this publishing as a mod, then give me a shout. Reply to this thread, and I will try and get authorization to release it as a mod for people, and do some documentation on sort of how to use the parts, what they do, what they consume, etc., etc. So hopefully people will like what I'm up to. But I'm certainly going to be using these parts in the Kerbal Space Hotels and Holidays. So, have fun. I'm CW, and don't forget to crash hard. Bye for now.